Hey guys, it's me, Robyn. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I do apologize for my state of look and the lighting. I'm actually in my bedroom because of my dog bite. My leg is extremely sore with the weather we're having. So I've decided to move everything I'm doing today into the bedroom. So I'm under the covers and nice and warm. Because I don't know why it is that when it's so cold, your anus end up being more sore than what they are like on a hot day. So today's video, let's just jump into it, otherwise I'll waffle on forever, is turning your kids' art into personal use or into gifts. I collect all my daughter's art, and I have since the first line on a piece of paper. I have a folder full of all her art from pre-primary. I mean, I think the youngest she was in one of these was like between pre-primary. And you know, some of her art was so beautiful, and I thought it's such a waste actually to just leave inside this folder. And I wanted to use it in my office first of all, and just on stuff that I use day to day. I'll get to that now. Like this. I mean, this is so beautiful, and for it just to be folded up and just hidden away. I mean, as much as I would love to put every single one of her drawings into a frame and fill my house chock-a-block, that's not the reality of what happens. I mean, you guys understand as well watching with kids. So I'm going to show you how I've used Renee's art. My daughter's name is Renee. Okay, so I've used it for my journals. This journal is one I cut out. This is actually my gratitude journal. I wrote with the hand being on here with the 5, I actually incorporated that into my journal. So I write 5 things that I'm grateful for, a little quote to myself, or that I like. So I write it down there. And you know, sometimes when times are so hard, you think that everything's so bad until you write down what you're grateful for, and you realize, you know what, there's actually a lot to be celebrated other than this bad day you might be having. There's another picture that she drew. This is my dream journal. I have some hectic dreams, so that goes into there to make sense of what goes on to my head sometimes. This is a journal. Sorry, dog's behind me sleeping here. This actually lives next to my bed. This lives next to my bed. It's got a picture actually of her sleeping. This is when I can't sleep. I jot down all my ideas, things I need to do. I transfer that into my workbook in the day, like YouTube, check all my love letters about YouTube. And then the next day I can just put it into my work diary, you know, where it needs to go. And I can go to bed knowing that I'm not going to forget it, because that's what my anxiety is all about. This one as well is another artwork piece that she did. This is all my plan and prep on my YouTube channel. So for gifts and stuff like that, I thought this is a great idea, because if you wanted to use old art of your kids for your personal use, this is a great idea. If you don't want to use the actual art and take pictures and get that printed, that is an option. But it also makes such nice gifts for loved ones. If you've got grand that likes, excuse me, my nose was itchy. If you've got grand that likes to bake, and you get a hardcover book from any arts and craft shop or any stationery shop, you can paint it and then add the art on, or you can simply just wrap the art around it as if you were covering this book for school. And you write your own favorite recipe to start off the book with on maybe the first and second page. And dear Johnny, your child can write a message in the front. Gran can put all her recipe books in it. It's covered by her grandchildren's art. It's a beautiful gift idea. Or if you want to gift your brother or your sister and you want to make them a little journal because you know that they enjoy it, maybe that they got a busy schedule and they just need an extra notebook. It's just a little thing to add as a gift. Another thing that I've used for Renee's art, here's one actually that I kept in this black frame, which is quite cute. It says, "I love you." I think she was like also 2 or 3 when she did that. But this is actually what I want to get to. Is these two actually live in my office. This is just a frame. Oh, sorry about the glare. So I've taken a picture and I've cut it out, and this is her artwork that I've used. So I've taken her artwork, cut out a picture of myself and her, stuck it on there, added to a frame, and it's just so beautiful, because it just so happens that that piece of artwork looks like a sun shining down on us when we happen to be up on a mountain doing a photo shoot together. So that lives in my office. Oh, I don't know why my nose is itching. Oh, doesn't it mean money? Oh, no, it means you're going to fight with someone. Okay, so I'm not going to fight with myself today. I shook my hand, wife's tale. Here's another picture of Renee. This all in the background is a piece of her art that I've cut out, stuck a picture of her. And with it being black and white and the white frame, I thought it contrasts out nicely because the color of the picture just pops. So everything else is more neutral and then she's the star. So that's an option. So if you had to go and make gran or grandpa or father and Mother's Day presents and you made them a little book, and you had a frame, it's a nice little gift. I love my daughter's art. And as she's evolved over the years, she's doing some stunning pieces. At the moment, she's drawing, like her thing now is drawing roses. And they are absolutely stunning. So I said when she comes to visit me again, that she's going to teach me how to do this. Because I'm sorry, I don't know nothing about that art drawing. I mean, it's so detailed and beautiful. So if you were going to give, sorry, back to the whole point. So if you were going to give, like I'm making actually now presents for my family for Christmas because it's around the corner. So like this, for example, here's a picture of Renee and my dad. This I'm going to be cutting out, taking a piece of her artwork, putting it to the back, putting it into a frame, and then I'm going to fill his bag like with like biltong or biscuits. He's got a sweet tooth, so I might as well just fill the whole thing with sweets, put the frame in the middle, so when he pulls the frames out, all the sweets are around it. This is one that, so all you basically need is either stationery that you're going to choose to do this on or a frame. I've got an empty frame here, so empty frame. I've got a picture that I've already pre-cut of me and Renee. Oh, look how small she was here. No. And then I was going through her file. Where's that picture? Oh, it's right here. So I was going through her file before this video to see what I could use with this picture. Because the frame is purple, her beanie's purple. And then I actually found this beautiful drawing. I think this is the way it's supposed to be. Yes, it's supposed to be this way. So this is her beautiful drawing. And yes, purple. So I thought that's perfect because now it will be incorporated into the frame as well as the color of the picture. This is of her age 5. Yeah, so my little artist. Oh, I love her work. I love my child. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your frame backing out. Most frames, I think every single frame actually, has that white piece of paper with the sizing of the frame. You can use that as a reference then to cut out your picture so that it fits perfectly within the frame. Alternatively, like me, I don't have anything in there. You can use this part of the frame, hold it to your drawing, and then cut out around it. So I'm actually going to have to do that for this one. So I'm going to quickly just do that. I thought I'd just do one for you. Okay. Let's just quickly just cut this out. No piece gets wasted because this I'm going to turn into a bookmark. Oopsie. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly just cut this for you. I might as well just tell you about my whole life story. Yeah, so I got bitten by a dog. Well, a dog, meaning my dog. They were fighting over food this weekend. And I tried to separate them like I always do. I mean, I hate seeing my babies fight. And my leg just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I got bitten, like by the calf towards the shin. And I ended up getting 2 stitches. And let me tell you something, I've been bitten by a dog. I was bitten by a dog like 2 weeks ago on my thumb. And it wasn't as bad as this. My leg is so sore. So I've been trying to keep it elevated. So when I was setting up actually for this video in the lounge, with the cold weather and, you know, putting pressure on it, I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I'm in so much pain. I've even got, look, I have my pajamas on still, guys. I've got my onesie pajama on. Trying to work and keep off the leg is actually really hard because it's only until you've hurt your leg and you're not mobile that you actually stop and think how grateful we should be to have our health. You know, I've been so lazy. I've been needing to go and run around and do some laps and stuff, and now my leg is on. I'm like, you know what, stop being lazy, go and run around, because you should be grateful that you've got 2 good working legs. Don't be lazy. So sometimes bad things have to happen for you to realize the good from it. So I've taken that picture and I've just cut it out by using this as a trace. and then that will be the picture on it. You use press stick then to stick this on, but I just want to just trim this ever so slightly because I see my head is a bit bigger for this thing than it is of the page. So there's a bit quick trim, otherwise Mummy's not going to be in the picture. Where's my Prit? Where's my Prit? If I was my Prit, where would I put my Prit? I've got the dope bag. Found it! Awesome. So you're going to take your, this is glue stick for paper, and you're going to then stick it to the back of your picture. You're going to cover the whole thing. I like it that it's all flush with the actual artwork itself. Frames as well. You can go and find frames just about anywhere, but if you want to not spend a lot of money making these gifts, I understand, because everybody's on a budget, and if you're making for many family members or friends, these things can add up quite quickly. So Pep Home and Mr. Price Home, I actually find them extremely reasonable with their prices of their frames. I've got a lot of frames left over from way back when, and some that I've bought that I'll be using for all my presents for family members now. And if you buy a frame that's not up to your standard, like in terms of color, and you want to paint it, you really can. There's not going to be a problem with you doing that. Paint it and then just seal it with a podge afterwards, just to make sure that there's no chipping, and do a sand before, just so there's enough for the paint to adhere to. Or if you don't want to go that route and you've got a couple of buttons laying around that are just kind of like lost soldiers there, like the missing sock and the missing everything, you can take those out. You can use a glue stick. I actually can't reach it where I am now, but it's a Bostik clear glue stick. If you use that to use for your buttons, it actually holds down really, really well. Just make sure that it gets enough time to dry. So that's what the picture looks like now. I'm going to pop it into the frame. Put the backing on. I had to make sure which way it was what there in the zoo. Close it up there behind you. And then that is the picture with the artwork. That, I mean, sorry about the glare. It's this lighting. It's terrible. So I'm going to go a little bit closer as what I can. How do I stop this glare? Oh, I'm losing the effect. Okay, well, that looks a bit better. Might just have to come closer to the screen, guys. Come check this picture out, because my glare is failing me. I do apologize. So the purple from the beanie, purple from the frame, purple from the drawing. Doesn't even have to be like that when you make your own. So don't stress about making sure your combination has to all match. It's use what you've got. Now, if you wanted to put a little blommetjie here, if you wanted to paint it a different color because you're not keen on the purple, you do it according to what you have on hand. If you don't want to use the artwork that you've been keeping aside like I do, then you can get your kids to all sit around a table and say, we're going to be making Gran and Grandpa and Uncle Bob and whoever else in the zoo Christmas presents. You can get them all to draw their pictures. Grab some art from Crazy Store. There's some paint there. It's not expensive. You could actually use the same procedure that I did with the making of your own wrapping paper, where you then glide the paint, throw paint onto a piece of paper, fold it in half, open it up, let it dry as art. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link below just so you can understand what I'm talking about, because sometimes I'm just talking a little bit of a riddle. Now, this was the offcut from that picture. I'm going to make a bookmark with it. So I'm going to actually fold this in half. With all my books, my journals, and my dream journals, and my grateful journals, and my gratitude, and all those other journals. I am always in need of bookmarks, so this is actually going to be for my YouTube book. All my ideas, I sketch out my whole life story in there, draw my little pictures, make it all pretty for myself. So that's going to be, this is going to be for that now. And of course, because I've done this video now with it, hello, I have to use it for that book. Definitely. Now you're going to take the glue stick, you're going to glue on all the corners to make sure that it's completely stuck down. You don't want any air bubbles or anything. But if you do, take a scissors, rub it out. That's also in one of my videos, but I'll actually do it on here so you can see what I'm talking about. If you don't have enough of the art left over, you can just get a piece of cardboard, cut it to the length of what you have left over, and then do it like that. So this is now folded in half and it's been glued down. But if you have little air bubbles, then all you do is you take the back of your scissors and then you rub. Sorry, I'm very low down here. Let me get my scatter of my books. Take your piece of paper, your scissors, and then you just rub it. Rub, until you get all those air bubbles out, if that does happen. Then to protect my daughter's beautiful artwork, now I'm going to be my bookmark, I'm going to use contact. You can get this at any stationery shop. I love it. Look, it gives, well, it gives you, it's got guidelines, well, lines to the back, which is, excuse me, talking so much I'm choking. It gives you a nice grid so that you can follow the lines and cut nice and neatly there. I then measure, I'm just going to cut a big piece off. It's hard to work with this roll with the camera. I love contact, love it. You can get it at a stationery shop in a thick roll or a thin roll. So you're going to take your bookmark and you're going to now measure. You're going to measure so that it folds over both sides. If you have a little bit left over, that's not a problem. On the sides, you can just cut it off. I'm actually going to do that on purpose just to show you. So you're going to stick it down and you're going to, okay, that's my size. Cool, man. Then you cut it off. Cut. So it's like that. Now, this is actually quite tricky to work with if you haven't worked with contact before. Because like sticky tape, it tends to ravel. What I like to do, there's two ways to do it. You can open up a portion of it, okay? Stick your bookmark in and then fold over the other portion and rub it over. I actually need my camera at a different angle to show you this method, so I do apologize. I'm going to just wing this way as best possible on camera just so you can see what I'm doing. What I've done was I've actually completely removed the backing of the sticky paper. I lie it completely flat and then pull it off very, very slowly so that the contact is actually left on the table in the shape that it's in, that you've put it on, like this. So if I lift it up, see, it's like this. It's not folding. And that also helps when you cut this the shape of what you're going to be using before you actually work with this. You don't have that huge roll pulling back the contact while you're still busy working with it. Then you can fold it over. You see, I fold it over. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and see. So you fold it over and then you work from the end. Work from the end. You push it down. From the end, push it down. From the end, push it down. Okay. So I'm just going to put this on the table. You can't see. I'm just going to do that, yeah? You'll see now, because of the way I've done it, there's a couple of these lines. There we go. Take the back of your scissors. And because you haven't cut off the ends or sealed it, you can actually rub those air bubbles out and those lines and everything. So I'm going to just quickly do that now to show you. Not the best sound, hey? Oh, it's stuck to me. Bite me. So that is, see, I need to do more over there, but completely flat now. Now you've got all this left over. You can just trim it off. See, I'm trimming it off. Trimming it off. Oh, I'm getting actually into the picture. Trim it off, all the way to the top, all the way to the side, and on the other side, and everybody's side gets trimmed off. Sorry, I sing to myself and talk to myself a lot while I'm here, even during the day when I'm working or by myself without the camera on. I'm always talking to myself. They say it's a sign of intelligence. I don't know, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it because you know what? I don't want nobody getting me down for my ways. So that is your bookmark. Then you can take a punch, like a normal paper punch, to make your hole. If you want to add anything else extra onto this bookmark. Otherwise, just like that's fine. I'm just trying to be fancy schmancy now. So I've made a little hole there. And I'm going to be adding a tassel to it. These tassels you can actually pick up at a, what's that place called? The fabric shop? You can get them at a fabric shop. I know, yeah, we can get them in a pack of 5 or 6. There where you are, you might get them individually. So don't hold the 6-pack as thingy thing. Don't hold it against me. There we go. Then you're going to, oh, hold on, I need to show you what's going on. You can see I'm under the weathers. You're going to feed this through the hole. Feed it through the hole. Pull it out. Take the fatty part of the tassel. Push it through the loop. and then pull it through the hoop and pull it through. Guys, have you noticed my nails are clean? Yeah, I took all my nail polish off finally. I don't know why I even bother with it. So I kind of feel naked that I don't have these scrapped nails. And that is your bookmark. So if you're making this for yourself, or if you would like to make it as gifts, I really love this idea. You can even put the picture itself without putting any photos or anything on it. You know, you need to decide what is best for you. This is just some ideas. What's also very nice about this as well, if you were to take, let's just use this frame, because where's another bigger frame? Where's another big frame? I want one that's not going to be too glary up on camera. If you wanted to, this is also a nice gift for teachers. This is what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of a plan. You could take a picture that your child has drawn, and you can leave an open block in the middle, let's say, and your child or children can write a message to their teacher. Thank you for helping me grow, or thank you teacher for, or something that maybe that they've loved about their teacher. You know, thank you for being so sweet and kind, or maybe there's something that they do in the classroom that your kids are very fond of. They can mention that in that little message. Take the artwork, put the message over the artwork, stick it into the frame. It's a lovely gift for your teacher as well. So it can be a gift for your friends, for your family, for your teacher, for anyone. And then you can make your own wrapping box. And you can stick your picture in there. Oh, sorry, let me use the front. So you can stick a picture in there. You can make your notebooks. Pop the notebooks in there. See your notebooks. Fill it up with some sweets or some chocolates, depending on who you're going to be giving it to and what they like. Or maybe a pair of earrings, if it's going to be for the auntie that you know she likes. Or a beaded necklace or scarf. Anything. And you've made your gift wrapping. If you want to see the video, the link is going to be in the description. And there's your present. What do you think? I think it's cool. I love it. I love it. So I had to share it with you. Now my art room has another beautiful picture of my daughter and her beautiful artwork. And I'm glad that I got to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time. Bye.